This is Business Insights. I'm David Matthews. The VANT Group, located in Dallas, Texas, is an M&A advisory firm that serves in the lower middle market and small business, or otherwise known as Main Street market. These are companies with $1 million to $25 million in revenue. Now, joining us to share insights about this market segment is Dirk, Armbrust, Managing Director of the VANT Group. Dirk, thanks for
Hi,
being
David.
with us.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Dirk, what are some of the differences in how M&A transactions are done in the middle market versus the small and medium business space?
Sure, David. Probably one of the first differences that people will notice is probably in the multiples. In the middle market space, kind of a global average has been about a 5 times EBITDA multiple on the valuation. In the small and medium business space, or the Main Street space like you identified, a global average of 3 is probably more common. The other thing, too, comes down to the actual M&A transaction process. In a middle market transaction, one of the steps after the business is kind of placed out in the marketplace, there'll be indications of interest, management meetings, and then an LOI. In the small and medium business space, there's typically no written indication of interest, no management presentations, so deals will often go straight to the LOI phase. Now, at that point, with the traditional business, once a buyer is found that meets that seller strike price, the marketing process will pretty much stop and focus on that one buyer. So you don't see a lot of auctions in the small and medium business space. So that's a key difference.
So, what are the key opportunities for the traditional middle market players like the investment banks and the private equity firms who are considering activity maybe in the small and medium business space?
Sure, that's a great point. And that kind of dovetails with the topic we're just talking about. So people that are used to a 5x multiple coming into the small and medium business space are going to find some values that they in turn can roll up with other assets, take back in the middle market, say purchase it at a 3x and then sell it at a 5x, or find deals at lower multiples than they're used to, so they can demonstrate good results for their general partners or limited partners in a private equity firm and demonstrate that they're able to find some deal flow. The other thing too is, historically, I came out of a middle market bank immediately before the VANT Group. It is somewhat tough in this market to find good deal flow in the middle market space. There is deal flow down here in the small and medium business space.
So, what should a middle market player do to maximize their success in this small and medium business space?
Yeah, sure, David. It's like anything. The more information they can get, the better. So I recommend that they do find a partner that plays in this space, in the small and medium business space, whether it's a business broker or a lower middle market advisory firm, to help source deals and also make sure that they're up to speed on kind of some of those key differences. I talked about the multiples, I talked about the auction process, but really probably a lot of that value is going to be access to that deal flow. Now, there's listings that brokers have, but all brokers have clients that they've talked to in the past that said, hey, I want to sell my business, but I don't want to go through a formal listing for various reasons, don't want my employees to know. But if you have somebody who's interested in buying, we are interested in selling. So it is critical for a middle market player to find somebody here in this space to partner up with to help source that deal flow.
Now, so that's on the buy side. What would be some of the opportunities for the small business or the Main Street business owner who's interested in selling their business?
Sure, that's a great point. And once again, it comes back to information for them. They may be used to the small and medium business space. They may have gotten advice from others. They may have talked to a business broker that said, hey, your business is worth about 3 times cash flow. They may have had a friend who sold their business with about that valuation. But look, if they're doing more, north of, say, about $1 million in EBITDA, it depends on the situation, of course, they could be eligible to participate in that middle market space. And if they're not working with somebody who knows how to talk to that audience and market them to that audience, they could be missing out on an opportunity. So any business owner thinking about it, I do recommend you get some professional help and really check them out. Make sure that they can not only market in the small and medium business space like any business broker, but they can help market you to middle market players like private equity firms, like strategics looking for roll-ups and things of that nature, because if you can add 2 turns of valuation to your business, it's well worth your while.
Well, this sounds like some very good insights on a complex subject that needs professional assistance, and we appreciate you taking time today to give us this insight. Thank you very much.
You bet. It's my pleasure, David. And just, one parting thought for business owners. I mean, this is their life's work that they've built up. A lot of times this is their 401k. It is a complex transaction, like you said, and there's no mulligans. Once you've sold your business, so they should get help.
Dirk, Armbrust, thank you very much.
You bet, David. My pleasure.
This is Business Insights. I'm David Matthews. Thanks for watching.